Salma Hayek doesn't need much of an introduction with her extensive film history as an actor. Ever since her Hollywood debut in the 90s, her career has gone from strength to strength, and she's also branched out into directing and producing. She has been in many notable roles, including her famous scene in From Dusk Till Dawn by Quentin Tarantino. Not to mention gaining stardom in her roles in the films Dogma, Desperado, and portraying the legendary Mexican painter Frida Kahlo in the film Frida. With her MCU debut coming up in the form of 2021's The Eternals, there's no better time to take a look at 10 things you may not know about Salma Hayek. Her grandmother regularly shaved her head and eyebrows. When she was younger, her grandmother would regularly shave her head and eyebrows because she thought it would make her hair grow thicker, glossier, and darker. According to Hayek, there's a belief that if you shave a child's head around the age of 2, you'll have strong, really beautiful hair. She also said that her grandmother used a concoction made of eggs to help promote thick hair growth. Who knows if what her grandmother did really worked for her, but it's something unusual about her childhood. She dropped out of college to pursue acting. It's hard to picture Salma Hayek doing anything else other than acting, but back in the day, she was pursuing a degree in political science at the National University of Mexico. After briefly attending college, she dropped out to pursue an acting career. Her first role was a small part in a Mexican soap opera, Nuevo Amanecer, New Dawn. The following year, she landed the title role in the soap opera Teresa, which made her a star in Mexico and earned her an Ariel Award nomination for her performance. Struggling actress. In 1991, the Mexican soap opera star, who was barely fluent in English, moved to Los Angeles to further her career, but no one would hire her. She told Vanity Fair, "I had studio heads say to me, you could have been the biggest star in America, but you were born in the wrong country. You can never be a leading lady because we can't take the risk of you opening your mouth and people thinking of their maids." Breakthrough role. Despite acting in a string of films between 1995 and 2002, including Desperado, Fools Rush In, The Faculty, and Dogma, her real breakthrough role was in Frida, a biopic about the Mexican artist Frida Kahlo, which she also co-produced. Getting the movie made wasn't an easy feat. It took about 8 years for her to pull this project together, and it was worth it. She received her first and only Oscar nomination for her performance. She was initially terrified of her Eternals movie costume. Hayek plays a Jack in Marvel's highly anticipated superhero Eternals, which is based on Jack Kirby's comic series. However, she revealed that she was terrified of putting on her Eternals movie costume for the first time. She told Variety, "I am claustrophobic. I was terrified of the costume. I was terrified. Because if I cannot move and it's kind of thick, I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to be able to breathe. It's going to drive me crazy. And I went to put it on, I found myself profoundly moved. It was a very strange experience because I didn't expect it. I forgot about how does it fit? Am I going to get a claustrophobic attack? All I could see was, oh my god, here's a Mexican female in this outfit, and this is really happening. And yes, we get to be superheroes." She struggled with depression due to acne. In her 20s, before she made it big, she struggled with acne. She told Lucky magazine, "I had acne. And this acne was so bad, it sent me into a severe depression. Like I couldn't leave the house. I'd wake up in the morning and lie there and touch my face before I got up, just to prepare myself to look in the mirror." The next stage with that sort of depression is food. Too little or too much. Guess what I did? I was fat and broken out, I couldn't leave the house, and I couldn't pay the rent. Eventually, she overcame that stage, and she had no problem showing her face on the silver screen for the rest of her career. She was denied roles because she's Mexican. Hayek has built a solid career in the international entertainment industry, but early on in her career, she was discriminated against in Hollywood for being Mexican, preventing her from starring in important projects. She told Variety, "I remember there were 2 big comedies I auditioned for the lead. Afterwards, the directors told me that I was the best audition and that I was better than who they cast and that they regretted it. But at the time, they knew the studios wouldn't have gone for a Mexican as the lead." She is a certified scuba diver. During an appearance on The Late Late Show with James Corden, Hayek revealed that she's been scuba diving for decades. According to her, she has been scuba diving since she was 10 years old, and she even shared a story of how she ended up in a hospital after having dived too deep. She worried she'd never fall in love until she met her husband. She met François-Henri Pinault in 2006 after being introduced by his stepmother. The then 39-year-old Hayek fell head over heels for the French entrepreneur, and the couple tied the knot in 2009. Prior to meeting her husband, she thought that she would never find the right man. The actress told Allure that she grew desperate and dated some people she shouldn't have dated because she was so anxious about finding someone to settle down with. Her relationship with Pinault is a strong one. A decade after they tied the knot, Hayek told Town and Country that her hubby is the best husband in the world. I get to be who I am with him, and I don't feel that somebody tries to limit me. She had a serious COVID-19 case. Hayek is among celebrities who has publicly shared their experiences with contracting COVID-19 in the last year. She revealed to Variety that she had COVID in the early days of the pandemic, in which her condition was near fatal. My doctor begged me to go to the hospital because it was so bad. I said, no, thank you. I'd rather die at home. Instead, she went on to spend 7 weeks in self-isolation in a room at her home, and that she was even put on oxygen. After recovering, she went back to work, but she still hasn't fully regained the energy she once had.